God damn it. I don't even know how to start this. This is kind of embarrassing. But this is Drinks, and it is April 19th, 2022. Cheers. So before we begin, what the hell am I drinking? I'm drinking a coffee that was given to me by one of my best friends, Basi Ortiz, better known as El Basi, one of the greatest singer songwriters of this generation. And and he and his I laugh not because he's the best singer songwriter of his generation, of our generation, but I laugh because when he came over with his gal Brenda, saludos, he came over and he's always like funny to be with and fun to be with. He's one of the human beings that I enjoy being with the most. And I'm not the only one that says that. Everybody says that. And he's just fun. Te quiero mucho, cabrón. I love you very much. And he gave me this coffee, which, by the way, isn't that a cool gift when you travel somewhere to bring back coffee from, the place that you visited to your loved ones, especially those that enjoy coffee? I mean, coffee is like the most enjoyed beverage in the world. So why not? Well, I mean, I guess that and some sort of alcohol, I guess. But coffee is beloved by, I'd say, 99.9% of humanity, except babies because they're dicks. But apart from that, he gave me this beautiful coffee called Cafetal. And it is actually Brenda. And she brought it over, and we just really, really loved it. It's from the beautiful city of Guanajuato, or Oaxaca. I don't know, but anyway, it is awesome. And then in that same sort of coffee mania, that was when my beautiful wife Lau Lau, she really wanted an espresso machine. So I don't know how the heck she really wanted it, and the universe gave it to her, like just like that. Like we are subscribed, well, she is subscribed to this Facebook group called Buy Nothing, where people they just give shit away. They just give shit away on Facebook. and some other human being was like, "Hey, does anybody want this old espresso machine that I had in my garage for, I don't know, years?" And she's like, "Yes, I'll take it." And so we went to get this espresso machine. I was like, "Oh my God, really? This is clearly not one of your brightest moments." I don't know. I just looked at the poor thing and was like, "Hey, man, that looks bad. Looks dusty," and I don't know. But she cleaned the shit out of it, and she made it look like new. And she put it on the counter, started making espressos. And what's cool about this espresso machine is that it has a frother. Like you put milk in the thing, and it warms the milk up with this steam that comes out of it, and it just creates this. I don't. It's just awesome. It's just pinche laulo. Se mamó. Se mamó. I mean, like, like she made something that was just like they say, the trash of one human being is the treasure of another. And it certainly is for us. For this family, it is a treasure. Just like she is to me. So, oh. So, long story short, I am drinking this beautiful coffee from my friends Brenda and Basi, and this concoction that my wife made from the coffee that they gave us with the nut milk that she makes herself. Fuck. Like, that's badass. So that's what I'm enjoying. All right, all right. What else we got here? All right. Well, apart from not having been present in the podcasting world for more than a year, like literally the last episode of Drinks, the English version of Drinks, is called The Last Day of 2020. Jesus. Oh my god! And I have no excuse for that. There has been a lot of shit going on, but it's just I don't know. It's just to me, it just seemed like a lot of work this podcast, but it really isn't. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, and I enjoy making it. So the fuck. So I promise this will be a naturally concurring experience. What I have been watching, what I've been enjoying lately is I've been seeing this documentary. Lala and me watched this documentary on Andy Warhol. It's called The Andy Warhol Diaries. All right. And it's on Netflix. And holy shit, there's just one quote that I'm probably going to fuck it up, but it goes something like, what is art? Is art just a product? Is it like something that we sell, or is it something else? And I don't know. That just like whoa, like holy crap! Like at me as a musician, like what am I doing? I mean that puts into question just a lot of things that I'm doing, and I, goddamn, like I don't know what to say. Like, is it just like I think that at the end of the day, like that question is art a business, a product, or is it something more spiritual, or what the hell? I think that's just like anything else, like love or sports or whatever. It just depends on your perspective and the meaning that you give to it, to art, to whatever that art means. And to me, yes, it's a business, of course, but it's also complex and extremely personal to me. Like for example, the products that I make today are basically three things, maybe. They are songs, live music shows, and merch. And probably this podcast. But let's just, for the sake of simplicity, just those three things: the songs, the live music shows, and the merch. Like, those are my three products that I create. And they are literally for everyone to enjoy. I mean, the songs are free. The live music shows, most of them are free. And the merch, I also give it away. And they're for everyone to enjoy. But I don't think of everyone when I make these products. I hope that makes sense. Like, I don't think of anybody but me when I make songs, when I make the merch, or when I do the live music shows. I do involve like the audience, and I do want to make them laugh. And of course, it's fun to do it with an audience, but we have a lot of fun. And I'll get to the band in a bit. But at least coming back to the question, is art a business, a product, or what? It is. At the end of the day, that's the product that I guess I sell, that I give away for now. But when I make it, I don't think of anyone but myself, because not in some egotistical, like, oh my God, I'm the shit, or whatever the fuck. No. I just think that it's almost inspiration. It is inspiration from my favorite artists. And it's, to me, look, at the end of the day, it's the work that I wish, it's the work that I wish my favorite artist had done if they had my experiences. And that's just beautiful. I really like that. And so I make everything for myself, for my own enjoyment, and I just decide to share it with everybody. So I guess, long story short, at the end of the day, art to me, is the human experience translated into something else, whether it be a painting, a film, songs. It's up to that person. It's up to the person that made it to share or to sell it. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful to me. And I have no way to close that, but that's what I've been enjoying. The Andy Warhol Diaries. And I don't know, it was just a cool experience to see that man just do a bunch of shit and go on throughout his whole life. It seemed to me like he was confused, like really, really confused his whole life. And he was just making shit up and he was really good at business and everything. Like it was like, wow, holy crap. It was just crazy to see all the shit that he had done. But anyway, another thing that we've been enjoying is the Beatles documentary. What is it called? What the hell is it called? Let me see. Yes, it's called Get Back. I think. Yes, it's called Get Back. It's on Disney Plus. And holy shit, if you haven't watched that shit, it is really, really good, especially as a musician. If you like music, if you like the Beatles, if you like all that stuff, but especially if you're any sort of a musician in any way, in any capacity, I think you would get a lot of benefit from seeing all this, because this is how the Beatles actually created music. And it's just like a little slice where you see everything that was going on, the fights that they had, the inspiration that they had. Paul McCartney just noodling with the guitar and just singing and just like, yeah, experimenting with different directions. And it was just, whoa, holy fuck, that's awesome. And I don't know, it was just like a really cool thing to see these four artists just working and without pause. I mean, it was edited, obviously, but it wasn't like heavily edited just to show you like the cool stuff. It was also to show you the quote unquote boring stuff. But to me, it was just fascinating how they just came up with stuff and how they wrote the songs and the process of the whole, of the whole making of that album is just insane. So it is definitely recommended if you're any kind of musician or artist. So yes, I also have no transition or segue to that. So I'll just drink my coffee. And right now it's 9 p.m. I really shouldn't be drinking coffee because sometimes I just can't have a hard time sleeping when I drink coffee this late. But whatever. C'est la vie. Let's see. So this past year, which I have not been present with the podcast, I mean, just like everybody else, it was a rough year. It's a badass year. Just a mix of everything. One thing that I did experience was a lot of growth. Probably more growth than more progress than I've ever made in like the past 5 years. Easy, 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 easy. First off, we bought a new home. That was exciting, and it's exciting because not because of the fact that it was it was a new home for us, and we're homeowners now, and that's cool. But more than anything, as as like, God damn it, I really hate this expression, but as an artist, someone who makes art, I guess, as a musician, there you go, as a musician. It's just really cool to have more space and to have this space adapted to a working studio. Took some time, and it was just progress, and I'm still working on it. Yesterday I was just putting up lights and stuff, but this is a bigger place where me and Lau Lau can do our thing and create and just do the things that we love. And we work from home. We do we spend most of the time here, so we needed a bigger space than we had at our old apartment. And now we have a bigger space, so that's awesome and exciting. And the second thing that happened is that I released a new album in August of last year, and it's called The New Hurt. And it may or may not be my last solo project. I don't know, because that is the third thing that happened to me. Um, is I made a band, and I have a band now, and it's called Ricky Mendoza and the Screaming Hearts. If you can believe that, like, oh my god, all this stuff. I am 45 years old. I've been dreaming of being a musician since I was a little kid. It's been barely this year that I realized that I had been air guitaring, I had been drumming to music since I was a little kid. I was drumming to Bon Jovi, to Guns N' Roses. Even when I remember me selling concert tickets when my extended family, when my aunts and uncles visited Piedras Negras, and I used to live there. I used to sell my aunts tickets for my band that I had with my cousin. We didn't play anything. We just air guitar or air drummed, and we put on a show. We put on, a cassette tape of, I don't know, Metallica or something. And I would actually make money off of those weird gigs. And so I've been fascinated with music for a really, 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 really long time, but I never had a means to learn it or to do anything with it. So I became a filmmaker, and it wasn't until when I was 36 years old I bought a guitar and I decided to start learning music. And holy shit, like that was in 2012 when I bought that guitar. And this is 2022, so it's been 10 years already. Wow, that's insane. Wow, it's my 10 music anniversary, and I didn't even realize it. That's beautiful. Wow. So throughout those 10 years, started learning covers, about the music that I really loved. And then I transitioned there to actually making songs. And I was like, holy shit. So I started recording an album, a whole album, and that was Angst. And then later on, I lived my life, heartbreaks and all that shit, whatever happens to a human being. And I made a second album, and it's wow. And then more stuff happened, beautiful things happened. I got married, and again, and love happened, and it's just been an incredible journey throughout these past 10 years. I can't even believe it. It's been 10 years. This is my 10 music anniversary. And these last 5 years that I've been living with my beautiful wife, Lau Lau, it's about that. And that is what this album is, The New Hurt. That was released in August of last year. Wow. The third album. And it may or may not be my last truly solo album. I did everything. I did the vocals. I did the drummings. Well, there's one song, the first song, called Move. Our good friend Gerardo Arispe from Monterrey helped us track that one. But everything else, from the trumpets to the keyboards to the guitars, it's all made by hand here in the studio. Well, I wasn't actually at this studio, but I was at the last house, and that was an experience. And so I went on to promote that album, and I figured out that I could only get so far as a solo musician. is just by myself. I was trying to get gigs. And I kept hitting roadblocks and roadblocks. Um, and I don't know how I decided that I needed to form a band. And so I put out an ad on Craigslist, and the first response that I got was from Sophia, who is our bass player now. And she's like, "Hey, I have a special place in my heart for folk punk music. I'd like to be in your band." And that 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 was awesome. So Sophia joined the band. At that time, it was just me and Sophia, and so one thing led to another. So she knew more people, and she knew more people, and so she got, um, our latest drummer, Ethan Schneider. He's from Boston, Massachusetts, and just an amazing, amazing drummer. And Sophia's also just amazing. Like if you have not been to any of our shows, I really, really would suggest you go to one. And it's just magical what what we all accomplished together. And that I had never experienced that. I had never had a band. I had always planned my music as a solo show, and that was fun and that was cool. But now with the band, it's just different. It's just incredibly different. The conglomeration, yes, the conglomeration, uh, this togetherness of a band, a group of three individual people making sounds together to create magic is just beautiful to experience. And that's something that I've been really loving, sharing that throughout this whole series of live shows that we've had. And that's even another thing about talking about the growth that I've just experienced this past year. We just played last weekend at Flamingo Cantina. And if you don't know anything about Austin venues, that is one of the top venues of Austin, at least in my book. It's this wonderful reggae bar, and just there's an energy there. There's a vibe there, and that's not the only place that we played. We played at the legendary One to One bar. We played at the Carousel Lounge. That was our first gig as a band, and it's just been absolutely just a crazy ride. Like I said, I never had a band before. I've never been a part of a musical band. And it's just a really, really interesting experience. Just to do that. I mean, I just can't say enough about that. And we're excited. We're all excited about all the stuff that's been happening, all the venues that we've been playing, the new songs that we've kind of, well, not kind of, they've changed. These songs that I had already recorded changed because new people come into the mix and they see stuff that obviously I didn't see. And they come in with their own skills and talents, and they apply them to the songs. And that is just something, I mean, it's just awesome. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But the cool thing is that apart from playing these live shows, at least me, I'd like to take a break from doing live shows. I don't know if that'll happen because it seems like we're on a roll. We've got momentum. Actually, if you're listening to this and you're wondering when is the next show, we've got two shows coming up in May, which is next month. On May 5 of 2022, May 5, we're going to play at the Texas Music River Ranch. I hope I got that right, but it's Texas Music River Ranch, okay? and I think it's in Webersville or something, but it's just like right outside of Austin. And it's this ranch. There's gonna be free barbecue and free beer. Apparently, I mean, I don't know about free, but if you pay $10, and there's free camping, with those $10, you can camp and enjoy the free barbecue and free beer there. Well, I think the beer is BYOB. I don't know. The point is that there's going to be free barbecue and free camping for $10. Okay. I just contradicted the free part, but for $10, there's going to be camping and barbecue. God damn it! I just can't wrap my head around that concept. But anyway, all right. And the next show is on May 21st, Saturday, May 21st, at Astro Record Store in Bastrop, Texas. What's cool is that it's the third anniversary of Astro Record Store, with my good friend Lippy there. And it's right next to also one of my favorite bookstores, which is Ryan Holiday's bookstore, a porch shop bookstore. And if you don't know who Ryan Holiday is, he wrote one of my favorite books, The Obstacle is the Way. So that'll be a fun gig. And both gigs are going to include one of my favorite Austin bands, Oddcat. And what's cool about Oddcat is that it is a band, a group of human beings, which one of them is Sofia Castellarin, which is the Screaming Hearts bass player. so it's always fun to play with those cats. They're super cool, and their music is just amazing. So check them out on Spotify, or wherever you get your music. And we'll be playing with Oddcat at Texas River Ranch and at Astro Record Store in Bastrop. And at Astro Record Store, we'll also be playing with one of my very best friends, with Chacho Saldaña and Brance Arnold, which is together they're Chacho and Brance. And they're just, of course, if you've never seen them before live, now's your chance. May 21, they always play in San Antonio, but now it's their first time playing in Bastrop. And it's actually everybody's first time playing in Bastrop. So that'll be a fun gig. But anyway, back to the band and everything. What we've been trying to do, well, I guess my idea is just we've been just gathering so much momentum as a band, and the excitement is there. We played at a place called Vaquero Taquero for South by Southwest. We actually played South by Southwest. Like, that was awesome. Like, oh my God. Like, man, it was, I don't know. Everything has just been all the stuff that felt so far away when I was starting my musical career. It just felt like forever. Like, wow, I wish I could be on that stage someday. And that day is like right now. And it's been happening. It's like one thing after the other. Just this beautiful domino effect of really cool things happening. I can't say it's always easy. It's sometimes hard as fuck, but it's also fun as fuck. And that's what's been super cool. So I've been trying to get the band to capture lightning in a bottle, to really capture the magic that we make on the live stage, but really try to encapsulate it in a recording. And I'm just super pumped. I don't even know what the heck we're going to record, because I do have new material that I've been writing, but I really want to share the old material as well, because it sounds really cool with the band. And so I don't know. Those are future things that lie ahead. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. The only thing that I do know is that it's been a lot of fun. And another thing, I guess, really quickly before I go, it's already hit the 30-minute mark, is that I've been, let's see, I've been getting into pedals now, guitar pedals. I even now have a guitar pedal board with a bunch of shit. And I have overdrives. I was just the simple guy. I don't know. I just liked the fact that I could just plug my acoustic guitar and off we go. But as I've been learning and just going through, the growth and all that shit, you start noticing shit that you didn't notice before. Maybe like another guitar sounds better, or you start experimenting with different sounds, and it's almost like a painter experience, experimenting with different paints, or I don't know, just experimenting with different stuff. And that's been with different sounds. And that's been really cool. That's what I've been into lately. I haven't even shared any of that with on anywhere actually. I just arrive with guitar pedals. That's that. Oh my god. And apart from that, I mean, overall, at the end of the day, I've just been investing a lot of time and money and energy into this music thing. I don't know what the hell will happen, but I am enjoying every second of it. And it makes me so damn happy. Like, I lose money every time we go to a show, every time I record a record, I lose money. But that money gets invested into my happiness almost. And that's the cool thing. And I guess that's a good way to end this podcast. I want to, and I will commit to doing this way more frequently than a year. So I hope you subscribe to this podcast. And because, I don't know, I'll just share the journey. Oh, also, before I go, if you're interested in seeing us live and you can't make it to Austin, because that's where primarily we've been playing, go to rickym.org and you'll see that's our link tree. And at our link tree, you'll see our YouTube videos. You'll see our Spotify stuff. You'll see a list of our upcoming shows, and or our social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff. Make sure to follow that. And then we'll see you then. All right. Bye-bye.